Now, hi, welcome, and welcome to our X39 review with testimonials. Boy, do we have a great evening for you tonight. We're going to start with testimonials regarding both physical wound healing as well as emotional wound healing. And we have 3 great testimonials tonight. Then I'll talk a little bit about the product, and then, or Sean will, and then either Mariah or I will talk about how to get the product. So with that, I want to first introduce Beth Gear, and she is an environmental health educator. She actually has written a best-selling book, author of a supernatural home, and she actually, it's amazing, was endorsed by Deepak Chopra, so pretty amazing. And she's been this woman to get her house cleaned up from toxins, because when she was younger, she had a tumor, a cancer tumor, and she detoxified her whole house to get rid of that, which I think is pretty amazing. So when I heard who she was and what was going on with her, I'm like, oh my gosh, Beth, you got to tell us. So she has a testimonial for herself, her boyfriend, and her beautiful dog. And so, Beth, I'm so excited to have you on. So why don't you start with what's going on with that wound? And after you talk for a little bit, I will screen share the picture, but let's first have you on and talk a little bit. Beth, are you there? There you are.
Hi, thank you. So first of all, I'm passionate about health, and ever since I healed my tumor, it wasn't cancerous, but it was a large benign tumor in my chest. I've been searching for natural ways to heal. And so I'm really skeptical, and I'm very, very picky. And when Beamy called me and said, you got to try this, I did. I got the X39 patches, and she'd call me up like every week and say, well, what are you noticing? And I'm like, I don't notice anything. And I was kind of disappointed a little bit, but I was listening to all these wonderful testimonials, and I kept waiting in week 2, week 3. And then also on week 4, I looked down at my leg and I noticed something different. And what happened was, when I was about 14, I got kicked in the leg playing soccer, and it swelled up, and it just started developing these bulging veins, you know, and it just got worse and worse over the years. And I was actually scheduled to have surgery where they were going to go in and through my femoral artery, destroy one of my veins that ran down to my ankle. And I was talking to some doctor friends, and they said, you know, that's crazy to do that because you can be in pain the rest of your life. So I really was struggling with it because my leg was very, very unsightly, and Marcy can show a picture. But anyway, after a month on X39, it was June 11th, I said, wow, this looks different. And I took a picture, and then I said, wow, this is really dramatic. The swelling had gone down, and the coloring was coming back to normal. And it's like a miracle. So I've just been so excited about this.
And you know, what's interesting, Beth, and I'll show the picture in a minute, is she said, nothing happened for 4 weeks. Everybody's getting, you know, results in 1 to 10 days. And I said, not everyone, you know, it takes 50% have a result in 1 to 10 days, 50% in 30 to 90 days. So when Beth was talking to me about it today, I'm like, oh my gosh, your result took 30 days. It had to get in there and do the work. And did you explain this? Because this was amazing. She was going to go have surgery, remember? And so can you tell them like what you were going to go do?
Yeah, they were going to go in through my groin and inject something to kill a major vein that went down my leg into my ankle to stop all of the discoloration. And it was dangerous, and I really didn't want to do it. So when this, putting the patch on, and I didn't even put the patch on my leg, I wear the patch behind my, you know, in the C7 in my neck, and it's just amazing. I was just really blown away. And the next,
yeah, go ahead, yes.
The next thing that happened was I wrenched my back on Saturday. I haven't been in that much pain in a really long time, and luckily I had just ordered the Lifewave patches. I was like so excited. I put it on. The pain went from an 8 down to a 2. I was just really like, what? First of all, I first held it in my hand, and I could feel the pain started going down. That like flipped me out. But then when I actually put it on, and I noticed that the pain was going down, And what I do is I have to sort of move the white patch around a little bit because sometimes the pain would come back and then I'd move it to another spot and it would go away. That was Saturday. Today's Monday. I'm at a 0. Every once in a while, it's like a little twinge of something, but nothing. I mean, I could not stand up. I was hunched over in so much pain. So this is like a miracle to me. Then my boyfriend said to me, his neck was bothering him for a few weeks. And he goes, well, I want to try it after you saw what was going on with me. So I put the patches on him, the Icewave patches, and he had a miraculous change. He went from an 8 to a 4. But actually it took him, it didn't happen instantly. It took him a few hours for him to notice the difference. So I found that was interesting because for me it happened immediately and him it took a couple of hours. And then today he's like, I think it's down to a 1 or a 2, his pain level. So the other thing that I'm doing is the Eon patch because stress, can really impact our immune system, especially during COVID. So I wear this patch every day and I'm just not so anxious anymore. I feel so blessed about that. And then the last thing I wanted to say about my dog, he started limping, his back paw. He's 15 years old. I didn't know what was going on. And I looked, I couldn't see anything. It was swollen. And I called the vet and the vet had no appointments. He said, I'll see him on Monday. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to put an X39 on him. And I did. And I'd say about 6 hours, the swelling on his foot went down enough for me to touch it because he wouldn't let me near it. And then I was able to open up the little pads and I saw there was a foxtail in there and pulled it out with the tweezer and he's fine now. I don't even have to take him to the vet. I was thinking this dog's going to need surgery. So I just wanted to add that I'm so grateful to be part of this community. I've been searching for a community and this is it. And I remember this quote, when I is replaced by we, illness is replaced by wellness. So thank you.
Wow. Well, and Beth, your spirit and your essence is just amazing. I was blessed to be able to spend some time with her today. And I was just like, all the things that were happening for you, your boyfriend and your dog, I'm like, I was taking notes and she's like, there's another one. There's another thing. There's another thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And the one thing that you did say that I don't know if you said on the call that really hit me is that because she had all these vascular issues in her leg, she had these really big varicose veins in her leg. And I guess that's also pooling of the blood in her legs and that's calmed down. And she said, Marcy, I'm like 60 and I have legs of a 90-year-old and I'm going to get legs of a 40-year-old again. And I just started busting up. So let me see if I can share screen her new legs becoming. Hold on. We'll see if it works out. So give me 1 minute here and we'll see if my system is going to be happy. And it is. It's always good. I love this new way of sharing with the cell phone. I mean, look at that, you guys. Let's see if I can open it up more. Okay, that foot is the before. You can see how swollen it is and how she has pooling. Like literally they wanted to take out a full-on blood vessel down her entire leg so that it wouldn't look bad. And she says it's tender. But she literally talked to one of her doctors about doing it because she didn't want to have her legs look like this anymore. I mean, do you blame her? That's hard. And her doctor friend said, absolutely not. When you take a whole blood vessel out of your leg, do you know what the side effects you could be? You could be in pain your whole life. You're not doing that. And so when she told me that, and then I saw what the X39 was doing for her. I mean, let's see if I can get into the second. So that's look, that's before, that's after, you guys. I mean, that is a huge difference.
Just 1 month. I just want to add that it's just been 1 month. And so I can't wait on July 11th to take another picture and I will report back.
Okay, I have to say, look at this, Beth. You got the hot arch coming back. See
I know.
that?
Right?
See that sexy arch? That's an arch of a 25-year-old. So, I mean, that's exciting. And so, results are happening. And we get to feel beautiful again, and we get to have our legs back. And isn't that awesome? So I'm going to stop share screening. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Beth.